Good morning. Hope I've got everything set up correctly today, but it's looking forward to starting out at this time, hopefully every weekday morning. And also, Katali, good morning. Um, okay, so I know it's been a while since I've streamed around this time. I think last time I did it was last year, and I was going around 6:30 in the morning. But this time I'm going around 6:45, giving myself another 15 minutes or so to wake up in the morning and get ready. And it's also because I'm able to start this new job that I'm starting today, and it's a little bit easier to get to work, unless I bike. Then it's longer. Uh, but driving is actually a little bit faster than I was biking last time. So um, I guess that's because I'm not going downtown for work anymore. Now I'm going away from downtown. So the project we're going to be working on. Let's head over there. Oh, it hasn't even shown up in here yet. Okay, let's go to Brooks Builds. What I figure I do is start building little tools for the stream here. And since I'm building the starting soon screen and the schedule page with Kale on Sundays, I figured that's probably also going to be where the chatbot lives, and so I'm going to leave that for that time. When we finish that project, if the chatbot has put in yet, then obviously I'll start building that here too. But I figured it would be really good to have a project idea holder, so that way I can put all my projects in there instead of just in a variety of places where I have them right now. And then you all can log in with Twitch and or Google, and or maybe just maybe nothing at all. I don't know. I haven't figured that one out. Maybe we'll just use GitHub, and then you can vote on which projects you'd like to see first, or suggest projects that we can work on. And then obviously I would have some kind of veto abilities, because I don't want to be forced into certain projects that might not be best for me or the channel. But at least I think we can do something there. So that's what I think this first project is going to be: a project idea holder. And the stack I mentioned in the stream description is going to be PHP, Laravel, and Vue, and that's because today the new job is this. That's what the stack is: PHP, Laravel, and Vue. So I'm using this as a way to learn the stack at the same time that I'm going to be learning it at work, and so I'll get double learning speed. That's how it works, right? So with that, I wanted to maybe get a quick plan going in here. So I guess what I'm thinking of, and I don't need to do like full user stories, but something like it's going to be a relatively simple CRUD application with authentication. So I think that will be the base. The first part is just going to be the hello world. Hello world app, which of course means building the hello world. It also means I want to deploy to Heroku and get some kind of CI going. I haven't decided which one I want to use. Circle. So I've used Circle CI. I've used CodeShip. I've used what? There's a great named one. It's like a mustache CI or something like that. which, oh man, I can't remember what its name was, but it was awesome to use simply because of the name. What's the point of a CI? So CI stands for continuous integration, and the idea is that every time I push to master on this, it can auto deploy to Heroku. And I won't have to worry about like manually deploying it. It'll do it all for me. And then once we eventually get tests in there, we could also have the CI run the tests and not deploy if the tests fail. So that way it will, we guarantee it's always working. So basically the CI is doing a lot of work now in order to be lazy in the future, which is like one of the key things of being a developer. Just as lazy as possible, as often as possible. Okay, so once we have that going, then we'll have our like, sort of basic application. I'm thinking next is going to be the authentication, because that's going to be it's a necessary thing to have for this application, and it's also going to be relatively difficult to do. So we're going to need, get auth set up. And that means we're going to have a unauthenticated landing page. Thank you. All right, let me put this out of the way. Okay, an unauthenticated landing page that will probably show off all the projects. So I guess this, well, maybe I won't do that right now. So an unauthenticated landing page that would show off all the projects. We need a login page / register account page. What else do I guess login, register account page, and we're going to want to do this with, I'll just add this here. Username / password. And also we're going to want probably GitHub. I'm thinking GitHub is going to be the easiest way, because across both YouTube and Twitch, people are going to have a GitHub account, because pretty much all developers right now are required to have a GitHub account to just be in the industry at this point in time, at least. And if you don't want to use GitHub, then that's why I always try to have username and password in case you don't want to use the OAuth option, which I totally understand. Okay. And then I want, if we're going to have like the auth set up here, we're also probably going to have some kind of, well, we're going to need like a delete account, because everybody always wants that, and I always want to add that in right away, because I hate it when companies don't allow you to do that. Let's see, delete account, and should I have like a change username and password right here, or I could save that for later, because if you forget, we should have a change username and password. A change username / password. I guess what this really means is not really that. It's going to be a options page. So like my account page. Which is going to have a delete option, I guess just cred the account. Cred user And CRUD, if you don't know what that means, stands for create, read, update, and delete. I can all uppercast that. Okay. What's next? After we get the auth working, and we know that it's working, we can log in. Then we're going to want to have, I guess, the my page, right? So an admin page. What does that mean? An admin page to me means I can CRUD project ideas. That's also going to involve viewing the votes on them. I don't think I necessarily need comments on these. I think we can use something like Twitter for those comments, or maybe we can have a GitHub chat or something. We can have some kind of elsewhere or comment for that, because I don't really feel like I want to spread apart the community in that way. So we can delete those project ideas. I guess that's all I'm really going to care about, is the fact that I can add, delete, and update the projects. Okay. And I guess in reality, then this shouldn't be really an admin page. This should be a so like a projects. I guess we'll go back to the landing page, and then we'll just have list projects, vote on projects. I guess we could have I don't know if I want to form like right here, probably a link. This will be a link to add a project. And maybe for the comments, this could be a share project with, I'll just use Twitter for right now. And that way you can share that project with Twitter and add a comment to it, and then I can see that, and we can have the discussion there. And then we're gonna have add a project page. And that's really just going to be add a project. Yeah, add a project. I think you know what? Okay, so we're gonna have add a project page. I am going to have a secret, so secret update project page. I guess it's not really a secret. It's gonna be a authenticated, so that only I can go to this page. So I'll call this an admin. I can update a project, and a project page for CRUD operation on a specific project. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking this is right here. So update a project, it'll get all the vote information, and then delete a project. Yeah, I think that's what it would be, is update and delete a project. That's so delete the projects will come for like if there's any bad actors, and I really just need to delete that project, and it just should not be done at all, or even visible. But I really think that even projects that I don't want to do, but aren't like, not safe for work, they can be displayed. So I want to be able to mark a project as maybe veto project. So I'm just going to mark why, like this project, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to do it. And then message for why I'm vetoing project. I think that's how probably not that. Also, whoa, how did I spell that? Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be good. So that way I can say, like, you know what? I am not going to be working on that thing, but here is why. And I'm going to just leave that up there for everybody to see. And then you can share it on Twitter and let me know that you really want me to make that project, even though I really don't want to make the project. So I think that this will be fine. Do I want notifications for when a project gets added? I don't necessarily think I need that right now. I would probably be going through this list near when I'm ending a project and sort of like showing off what's top voted, and then people can go in and like sort of do a flurry of voting right at that point. I don't really think that this project is that the project that holds projects is going to need some kind of like special thing. It's I think going to be relatively simple. So let's get started. As I sort of mentioned, this is a early morning stream before I head off to work, which means that I only have about an hour total. So I'll be ending the stream around 7:45, which is in 45 minutes. So even though this doesn't look like too much and it's pretty simple, this could take us a little while to get there, because at the same time, I also want to build as much of this on the stream as I can, just to have that there, because it's sort of like a let's build then, because you all get feedback and can let me know what things I've forgotten. So I'm gonna do that. Also, Danny, welcome to the stream again. Yes, and woo, work. So add this in. Ideas for projects. Not ideas for projects. Plan created. All right. Well, as I mentioned, we're doing this in Laravel, so it's time for us to get the Hello World app up and running. So we're going to do Laravel new. Is there, what was it called? I forget the tool. Has Laravel updated recently? And how do I find out if it's updated? News? No, I just want to know, where is ecosystem documentation? 5.8. I think that's what I was still using last time. So I think I'm good. Oh, it might be Composer. I wonder if there's like a Composer update command. I'm really curious about this. Composer. If I just run it like that. Command name. Okay, so default is help. So if I just do Composer. Update. So upgrades your dependent. Okay, so this is exactly the same thing. View, update, and upgrade are exactly the same. What about the global? Okay. So if I just do composer view. Oh, it's going to want me to like tell it where it exists and everything else. I don't know where that is. I think I have the latest version though, so I'm not going to worry too much about this. But, oh, global. Can I do composer global update? Oh, I can. Okay. So the idea here is, I learned a long time ago, don't update anything in the middle of a project. Instead, like update things at the beginning of a project or at the end. And so that's what I'm doing here, is because if we're going to have a problem with it, I'd rather debug this now than like debug it in the middle of the project, which would suck. All right, so it looks like these things got updated, but not really that big of a deal. So I can just run Laravel new dot to put it into the current directory. Oh, and I need to force it. I didn't really have anything in here besides, let's see, besides the README, and I already pushed that up to GitHub. So if it, for some reason, got overwritten, I can get it back. But the README is still where we think it is. So I'm going to go ahead and push these all up to GitHub. So hello world app created. Push that on up. And let's PHP artisan serve. All right, and so we have a basic hello world. So Laravel does make building the basic hello world pretty easy. Not much work to do there. The deploying to Heroku. So I haven't done this yet. So this may be a little bit interesting to do. So let's take a look at Heroku Laravel. I also need to log in to Heroku, so I'm going to do that over here. Heroku. All right. So you. Okay. I can come to you and do Heroku.com. Move that over there. No sign up for free. I want to just log in. All right, so here I am in Heroku. I've got a ton of projects that I don't remember what they do. I think a lot of these are from when I was teaching, and I can just delete all of them. But I'm going to want to look up the documentation for Laravel to see what do I need to do to get Laravel working. So getting started with Laravel. Also, you know what? I bet I'm going to need the Heroku starter, like the Heroku toolkit. The Heroku CLI. I need that. Really? You want? Okay, I'll do the snap install. Well, we'll see how this goes. Snaps in the past have been sort of questionable on Ubuntu. I think that they're better now in 16, or I guess this is 19. Install classic Heroku. All right, so Heroku. Well, that didn't take forever to load, so that's a good sign. I will need to Heroku login, and I'm going to move this over to the right. Oh, press any key to open up the browser. Oh, I see what you're doing. So he uses OAuth. Heroku gave you a PPA to install it. That's interesting. But I guess you're on Debian, right, Danny? Like just pure Debian. So it detected I'm on Ubuntu. That's very interesting. Okay, so I have this all set up here. I should now get back to you. All right, so we've got a new Heroku, new Laravel project. Initialize a Git repository. So we have all of this done. Creating a proc file. To deploy your Heroku application, you must create a proc file which tells Heroku what command to use to launch the web server with the correct settings. Okay, so we need a proc file that configures the correct document root. So they're creating this proc file here in the base of the application. So I can just touch proc file. And it looks like it's just web. So it's going to be vendor bin Heroku PHP Apache 2. And we're having it go to the public folder. So save that. Okay, so it wants us to git push this. So git setting up for Heroku. Hopefully this won't end up being a whole bunch of commits in a row. I've seen that happen in the past. All right, so then we're going to just Heroku create. Do I care about the name of this project? Usually I do. I'm just going to call this stream, project idea. Project ideas. Name must start with a letter, end with a letter, and oh, I can't. Dashes are allowed. Project ideas. Project ideas. I don't want to necessarily do for stream because I might not do that. I guess like project ideas collector. Voting. Just random names. We'll just put it on Twitch. Okay, I could always change the name later. I don't know why I'm caring that much about it. Okay, so I created the project. Setting a Laravel encryption key. The application's encryption key is used by Laravel to encrypt user sessions and other information. Okay, so this is one of the few times I'm able to show the .env. I'm not allowed to show it, to bring it up there. .env. I can, once I start putting stuff into here, it's not going to be allowed. Looks like they put in this for me. I think that's for the app key. Yeah. And we need to generate a valid key by using PHP artisan key generate show command, which will print a key that you can copy and then paste into the next step. So I'm going to have to do this on the other screen. You can simply set environment variables using the Heroku config command. So run. Okay, so basically the idea is that we're going to Heroku config set app key equals and then whatever the output of this. So I'm going to do this publicly here so we can see what it does. And then I'm going to do it again off screen. Okay, so they clearly just run this command to generate this in the middle of building the project for me. So I'm going to do the same thing here, but over here. So get a key, and then Heroku config set app key equals this entire thing. All right, so that's set. Close that window. In fact, just go ahead and, no, that's not. Exit out. There we go. Now I can come back. Next, it's time to deploy to Heroku. Okay, so I think it's just git push Heroku master. Yeah, that's what I remember. Nothing changed in here except I just well, I can still show this because this is my like temporary stuff. The real one is now deployed to Heroku. All right, so git push Heroku master. It's kind of interesting how Heroku does this, like everything. I know that they're running, I think, containers off of AWS. All right, so verifying this is their Git, and this is where they claim they sent it. And there we go. We have an application. So that means we can come back to the README, and we deployed to Heroku. All right, so deployed hello world to Heroku. What's next? So getting the CI going. This is going to take a little bit, probably a little bit longer than this, but who knows? But it's going to make everything so much simpler going forward. Do any of you have any preferences for CIs? I'm sort of thinking of trying Circle CI this time. Last time I used CodeShip. Travis CI. Let's take a look at that. Travis CI. Easily sync your GitHub projects with Travis CI, and you'll be testing your code in minutes. So I've heard of Travis CI. I haven't used it. Well, they claim That's pretty good numbers if they're really using it. I love how like every company has like a bunch of really big companies using theirs because they're just spread across everything. Set up in seconds, supports your platform, deploy anywhere. Well, because Heroku used them, I guess it's going to be easy to set up with Heroku. All right, well, let's try it. So sign in with GitHub. What does it need? Read-only access to my organization and teams. Commit and so read and write access, right? Okay. Oh, to the commit statuses. Deployment, so it manages the deployments. And it's just going to get my email addresses. And read and write access to the repository webhooks and services. I think that's good. You know, something that I'm never really been happy about is, oh, wait, so can I grant it per? So I just want it for that. All right, let's do. Yeah. Well, I mean, the big thing is, I guess that's nicer. It's only going to grant to the ones I want to. So if I'm a member of an organization that doesn't have Travis CI involved, it's not going to try to request into it. All right, first time here. Let's get started. Activate my GitHub repositories. So once you're signed in, go to your profile page where you'll see all the organizations you're a member of. Let's full screen this. You can install the GitHub app integration by clicking the Activate button for each organization you would like to use with Travis CI. Is that here or on GitHub? This doesn't tell me. I'm guessing this is here. Add a travis.yaml file to your repository in order. Okay, so let's focus on this one first. Activate your GitHub repositories. Once you're signed in, go to your profile page where you'll see all the organizations you're a member of. Is it this? Profile page. Is that this? Ah, okay, so Brooks builds. I want project ID holder. Activate. Let's see what settings we can set for it. Build push branches. Okay. I'm probably going to leave these all default for right now, and then if we need to change them, we'll come in and do that. But this is pretty simple, not too much craziness here. Add a travis.yaml file to your repository. All right, we can do that. Touch. All right, so our language examples, this is going to be PHP. Okay, so language, PHP, PHP. Recent. I guess what version of PHP are we running? 7.2.19. I think just 7.2. Well, that should be fine. Oh, it does need the most recent number. Okay, so 7. Also, why are these strings and this is not? I don't need strings. Gawoon Giles, hello, welcome to the stream. Okay, so I don't think I need to worry about any of this other stuff right now. You know, and the other thing is that I don't really have tests set up right now. So that's also not something I need to worry about. Really, at this point in time, all I need to do is just auto deploy. What am I making? I'm making a project idea collector application. It's going to be where we can all add project ideas that we can work on the stream, and then vote on which ones we want to see next. Okay, so I don't think I need any of this stuff. I think this could work. Okay, so I have you. Trigger your first build. You've configured the GitHub app integration and added a Travis YAML file to your repository. All you need to do now is commit it to your local Git history and git push to GitHub. Okay, so setting up Travis CI. So pushing that up. And I guess will it figure it out? Eight months ago. Oh, okay, yeah. So it's because I'm part of functional projects. Here it is, setting up. Okay, so it just started with this one. So here's the project idea holder. I mean, there's not really anything to do, so it just sort of grabbed it and brought it in. It failed. Why did you fail? The command PHP unit exited with command 1. Cannot open file home Travis build Brooks builds project idea holder vendor autoload.php. Well, okay. Do I really care about that? I guess that's my config. Well, does it do the same thing locally? That's a good question. PHP unit is the command. So I am new to PHP. I've been using it for a couple of weeks. Oh, so this worked. You know, I have no unit tests, but it worked. Okay, so what? Project idea holder, vendor, autoload.php. Let's echo. So that was a 0 exit code. Autoload.php. This was generated by Composer. I mean, this looks fine. Is everything pushed up to GitHub that needs to be? As far as I can tell, it is. There's nothing else that can be pushed up, and where's the git ignore? Oh, interesting. So vendor. So autoload PHP is part of vendor. Maybe this. Okay, so Danny, you have an idea. Let's go take a look at that. You know, so I have an idea. It's like with npm or Rust, we need to do something like a crate install or an npm install. I'm betting it's going to be something like that is. All right, so Travis CI with Laravel. Yeah, I don't know what Dusk is, so I don't have those. But I'm thinking this is what we need. Composer install. I'm thinking that's all I need to put in here to generate the vendor folder because I don't think it exists. Cowtel, good morning. The last stream you did was that other person, someone who's going to work with you. No, so he's not going to work with me. He just graduated high school. He's Kale. And so basically I'm gonna mentor him in preparation for college, or rather just like something he can do before college starts. So we're gonna build a project. I gave him a choice of a fun project or a boring but useful project, and he chose the boring but useful project, which I think shows like the older I get, the more I want to work on fun projects. And when I was younger, it's like, oh man, I want to work on like business projects. That sounds like really fun. So that's what we're working on. I totally get it. It's gonna be good for both of us because I get to practice mentoring and teaching with PHP. Both of us get stream tools out of it, and he gets some coding practice. So it'll be all good. So I think this is what I need. Under install, I'm going to have this. I guess I also need this too. Thank you. Okay. So they're copying .env.testing to dot. Oh, so there's a .env.testing. No, there isn't. Lies. Okay, so it looks like when I set up everything, I'm going to eventually create a .env.testing, but it doesn't exist right now. So they're going to override the .env and create it. Travis, retry, composer install, no interaction, prefer dist, and no suggest. This feels to me like it's just the composer install. I think that's all I really need here. So under install, I think I can just do composer install. That's all I really want. And I just want to try this. I know I may end up needing these things. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to do one step at a time to sort of understand what's happening. And I may have a bunch of these get messages here. Okay, so installing vendor folder when in Travis CI. So do that, push that up, and this was build number 1. We're going to go to I want dashboard. You need -- no interaction so it doesn't ask Travis for yes/no questions. Oh, that kind of sucks that it's going to ask for yes/no questions. Wait, can I see? Well, if there's going to be yes/no questions, we're going to see it here. This is also why I always test things out instead of just trusting what Stack Overflow says, because it's not always true. No sound? Did I lose sound? My microphone claims it's okay. No drop frames. It's not muted. All right, let me try putting on the preview, make sure that I have sound. Oh, no, I have sound there. Your Twitch muted somehow. Well. Okay, so we did composer install, that installed all the things. We have an error. No application encryption key has been specified. So we do need to set that up. So that was back to this. PHP artisan key generate. What? Didn't I copy you? Whoa. That was not what I wanted to do. Okay, copy. Paste. So generating a encryption key for Travis CI. All right, third time's the charm, right? Is this gonna like reset right here, or? I'm sort of confused how this UI works. Okay, here it is. I'm getting a bunch of emails saying that my build failed. Man, I want this to finish before the stream ends. So just so we can find out whether or not it worked or not. But I guess this is the this is a side effect of using more free software. You've never done CD continuous delivery with Travis, but it says it does it for Heroku. I mean, they claim that Heroku is one of their users, so it would make sense that they do it with Heroku. I'm getting impatient now. Wait, is this? No, that's the functional promises one. Okay, let's go to dashboard. This one. That was number 2 though. Oh man, okay. Well, this may end up taking a while. So in some of the other CI systems that I've seen, what can end up happening is there's so many other projects that are on it, and because I'm not paying them money, they're not going to put me at the front of the queue. I'm going to be at the back of the queue. And since they want to, save money and make money as a company, they're going to just sort of not be using too many resources. So this could take a while to run. It may start like right now. It may start in 5, 10, 15 minutes. I've already run like 2 of these pretty quickly right away beforehand. So they may actually now be putting me behind the line because I've run so many in a row. And because we've run to the end of the stream time, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to call it here. And tomorrow morning, we'll just sort of look through and continue on from where we are and go from there. So what do I need to do? Everything's been pushed up. Let me go ahead and share the GitHub. Where is that? That's here. Here is a link to the GitHub. I'm going to archive this video over to YouTube too. I have a link to my YouTube down below in the description, and also a link to my Twitter. I'm going to tweet out when that link goes live. With that all being said, I don't really have anything else. So I'm going to switch over to the ending screen. But thank you, everybody, for stopping by. I am planning on doing this every weekday morning that I can. If I can't, I will tweet out the night before. So, for example, if I can't make it tomorrow, I'll tweet out tonight. And that's going to be it. So thank you everybody for watching. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.